This is what it is, okay? I said empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
I decided to make this video because there's a limit on what I can actually show you without revealing something that might cause HR to 86 me. So I thought maybe I'd do something a little different. I'll show you a day in the life of a software engineer, but on the weekend. Stick around and I'll show you some of the cool side projects I'm working on. Or you can just skip to this timestamp if you're here just for the tech related stuff. I honestly don't really have a routine, so most of my days are absolutely random. Sometimes I'll take a random trip upstate to go snowboarding, or I'll deep fry my brain cells with 7 hours of YouTube shorts and Instagram reels before finally doing something productive. But lucky for you, I actually have plans today. First things first though, I gotta have a smoothie, and I like to make mine with a lot of passion. Soft and pink, just how I like it.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Okay, if you came here for the tech related stuff, then you've made it to the right part. If you're here for the next part, where I go over actual code, then you can click this timestamp right here. But I'm not gonna lie, I didn't exactly have a blast recording this because my current computer sucks, and so I'm gonna need to buy one of these. But never mind that, let's jump into it. Okay, I hope this is working. I don't know for sure. I'll fuck around and find out later. And so I kind of wanted to tell you guys about a project that I almost took on, but didn't. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about why. I felt like the hours that were allotted for this, I think it was around 20 hours initially that they projected for pretty much integrating an entire mobile feature, which isn't something that's necessarily inside of my skill set. And so it would have been a significant effort on my part for pretty much a small amount of profit. And I wasn't really fucking with that. Okay, so I basically wanted to show you guys just a little bit more detail on what exactly I almost worked on and give you a bit of an explanation on why I decided to not go for it. During the phase where we were trying to decide whether or not we'd be a right fit for each other, they sent me this long document to essentially explain the structure of their application and help me understand where exactly the work I'd be doing would fit into it. And so they sent me what the front end looks like, what it's built on, and what the back end looks like, and what that's built on. And I started to see a couple of red flags. The feature that they wanted me to build was actually on the mobile side and the website, not just the website. And I'm not sure if I explained this, my skill set isn't actually mobile at all. I'm not a mobile developer. I'm actually a web developer. In theory, I should have been able to handle the front end and the back end if the back end was in a language that I actually knew. I don't actually know Java, and so there would have been a significant learning curve. But basically, after looking through this entire project specifications thing and realizing that I'd probably be getting in over my head if I took on this project, and then on top of that, realizing the timeline on which they wanted this to actually get done, I didn't feel like the caliber of work that I'd be able to deliver would be something that I could be proud of. And so I decided that it would probably be best for myself and this company to actually find a better match. This is pretty much what things would look like if you decided to you know, work on your own, try to find a client, that kind of thing. Now, although this potential partnership didn't exactly pan out, I feel like I learned 3 very important things from this experience. Number 1, know yourself. Know your skill set and stick to it. Don't try to bite off more than you can chew. The second being, ask lots of questions. It can be really easy to get caught up in the idea of this new thing that you'll get to work on, and then the next thing you know, you're knee deep in shit. And number 3, I thought that finding freelance work would be easy peasy, lemon squeezy, but it turns out,
which is that it's difficult, lemon difficult.
oh yeah, and if you want an explanation for why my desk setup looks so different, pretty much I realized that I really hated how small the desk was and I wanted a lot more extra space. So I decided to swap out the tabletop for something cheap from IKEA, and it actually worked out a lot better than I was expecting it to. I thought I'd run into a whole lot of technical issues. I thought that this tabletop might be too heavy for the legs that I got from Amazon, which technically I got from China because everything's made there. And I'm not gonna lie, I was really worried about it all being Chinesium. Look that up. But either way, back when I first started filming this video, I had a lot of free time, I'm not gonna lie, but now, oh God, I'm swamped with work. So I barely found any time to film the later parts of this, but I'm finally getting back to it. So that's why my hair's a little bit longer. I don't have the fresh cut like I used to in the previous footage. And there's a clock on the wall, and it's Monday. But it's not the Monday after that weekend. Yeah, it's been like two whole weeks. Yeah. But such is the life of a software engineer. Fuck it though. Let's pretend it's still that weekend. My friends and I found out about this really cool smorgasbord in Prospect Park, and we decided the food looked pretty good, so let's check it out. If you ever decide to go to one of these, make sure you show up early because these lines are ridiculous. Next up on the itinerary, a photo shoot / video shoot.
Yes, sir. Lock it with him, y'all. You heard.
Now, if you've stuck around this long, I've got some code to show you. And that's either going to be really exciting or boring. Depends on why you clicked on this video. Okay, so I'm back, and as you can see, if you can read in reverse, it's kind of late now. I've actually been working on a small project for the bootcamp that I used to be a part of. Basically, we wanted to create sort of an archive of sorts so that every student who's ever gone to Marcy would be able to have a place for them to host their projects, or like really just like, so basically we're trying to build a library of projects that were built by students from that bootcamp. And so I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of what it looks like now. Okay, so what you're looking at now is the Marcy archive. Pretty much still in its infancy. It's not done yet, so please don't try and spam this URL. Would really appreciate that. A really cool animation in the background, built that myself. Got a projects page with a bunch of projects on it, just to, some test data in production, of course, because that's best practice. It's a really basic application as of now, but I imagine this is probably going to evolve a lot over time. But this is actually like the first project that I've ever fully hosted and deployed that had nothing to do with work. So it was definitely an interesting experience building this. So normally, when someone builds a project like this, they'd want to build it in something like React because that's what everyone uses. but my roommate and I decided that we wanted to build this in Svelte. And if you've ever heard of Svelte, it's been around for a little while, but it's supposedly faster than React. Basically, this is what like a Svelte file looks like. There's basically a script tag right in here, and then there's all of your HTML, and then you'd have like some CSS down here if you wanted to. So pretty much everything is in this one file. It's similar to React in that you can like break everything down into components if you want to, but different in that you don't necessarily have the overhead that you would normally have with something like React. So it's a lot easier to write, it feels a lot more natural. So yeah, that's pretty much the project that I've been working on the side. But honestly, I'm kind of doing all this in preparation for the fact that I'm interested in starting my own tech company in the future. So I have the idea, I'm not gonna tell you because you might steal it, but ideally I'd like to be able to build sort of the MVP, the very first prototype of it myself, and then, you know, take it to the experts, have them improve it. But we'll see where that goes. Maybe I'll do like a creating a tech startup series. Would you guys be interested in that? I don't know. Shit, I'd be interested in that. Fuck it, yeah, I'll do it. So yeah, that's pretty much my weekend. Only thing left to do now really is hit the gym.